Let's create a new file, state2.js. Create a new file, state2.js. State2.js. Okay, so state2.js is created. After that, come inside the state2.js file, import react, comma, component from React. That is every time. Whenever we are going to create a component based on class, we require to import React as well as component class both. Now inside the component class, we have many features that we are going to extend, and we are going to play around our variable. And we will be maintaining the data of a variable, state of a variable, you can say simple, store the value, retrieve the value, edit the value, delete the value. From where? From a variable itself, from a array itself, but with the help of state. Okay. And that reading the data from state variable, writing the data into a state variable, modifying the value inside the state variable, or maybe deleting the value from a state variable. Correct? Those all come under the state management. Okay. Let's come now. Write a class name call class name we can give my state2. Give my state2. My state2. Component name you should start with the capital letter. Extends that parent component class. Or bracket open close. Come inside. Here we have to follow as usual. Export default and then class name my state2. Now after that, we will go under the class and we will follow the constructor. Constructor we will use here. Inside the constructor, we need to call the super function. Why? Because you are extending a class and some feature are already exist under the parent class, that is called component class, and that feature you are going to inherit inside your MyState2 class. So in that case, while inheriting a class from, while extending a class, if you are following the constructor, under the constructor, you must have to call the super function. Else you can't extend and it will throw the error. After doing that, come inside, write this dot state equal to, create a variable counter. Simple. We created a variable called counter and we given the initial value as a 5. Okay, we have a variable called counter, and instead of creating a simple variable or maybe class variable, we created a state variable. We store inside the state. How to store? How to create a variable inside the state? Inside the constructor, this dot state equal to flower bracket open close, and inside variable name colon initial value if you want to give something. Okay, that we did here. After that, after that, after that, let's come inside. and write a function called render. Write a function called render. Why render is required? Because under the class component in React.js, in class component, render is a predefined function. It is going to come from that component class, and render function is responsible to print the output in the browser, to send your HTML content in the browser. Okay, render function. Without render, you can't do it. Now come inside. Since we are under the bootstrap, so we will write here return and a division class name equal to container, and we will follow empty3. Empty3, why? Because the container will leave from the top how much? 16 pixel. The container will leave from the top 16 pixel. Empty3 is a bootstrap utility class. You can, maybe you remember already. Okay, now come inside. A division class equal to row. Inside the row, create a division again. It should be class name, not class, because in JSX the JSX attribute is called class name. Class name equal to call hyphen lg hyphen 12 and kept hyphen text hyphen center as well. So your 12 got ready. Let's go inside the 12. Write inside h2. We can write right there React.js simple state, simple input output from a state, simple input and output using a state management. Okay, this text, if you want, you can change into class name equal to text hyphen info, text info. Now after this, our next target will be to display this variable. Which variable? The counter variable what we have created under the state. The counter variable we have created under the state, that variable we need to display. So how to display? Let's come here and follow inside a h1. H1 I'll follow so that it will display big font h1, and class name equal to text hyphen success. It should come in the green color. We can write the state value is this dot state dot which one? Counter. This dot state dot counter. This dot state dot counter. This dot state dot counter. Now save this file, and after saving, we need to call under the routing, and we need to add inside the header also, so that it will have a solid link, and using that we can browse it. Okay, so hope we done till here. After that, come to your app.js file. There we are going to import this variable. App.js file. There we are going to import this variable. So let's go to the app.js file. In app.js file, call this component that is called mystate2. We will be importing here import my state2 here. Auto import happen. .js you can remove also, not required because the current is the JS file itself. In JS.js is optional. Done. Hope written. Come down below. We need to add under the routing. So we'll write here root exact space path equal to, I'll give a path here called state2 component equal to that my state2 component. My state2 component. So we are saying in browser URL, if the path is, if the browser URL is holding state2 after the slash, or you can say hash slash state2 where in the browser URL, then load which component? State2 component. Load the state2 component. When in the browser, if there is hash slash, we need to load the okay. After that, hope you have written this line. My state2 you have written, you have imported that my state2 and you added in the routing. Next, after that, we need to go to the header file, header component, and we need to provide a link where we should be able to access the our component. So we'll go to the header file and hope you remember what we have given the path as a state2. So in header file, we can write here one more link. Li we have already. I will add one more li here. One more li added. Change the path state2 and link whichever you want you can give. Text link I'll give in the sequence itself as a state2. Now I created a component. I added the component under the routing. After that, the component link I given in the header file that is coming on the top. So whenever I click on the state2, what will happen? It will load the state2 component. Please check your page. Confirm in the chat. Are you getting the link? Are you getting the component? Let me see once. I'll go here and I will have a link called state2. When I click on state2, I can see my page should load here. It is saying reexec simple input output using state management, right? The state value is how much? 5. The state value is 5, right? Hope all are on the track. Anyone error? No error. Okay, very good. After that, so overall, finally, you created a state component, a state2 component. We added some values and that we called here and it is happening. A small modification will do, little color combination. Here these colors are looking little not very effective color. We can do some modification. If you are facing the error, I will send you this file, state1 or and state2. Delete your state1 and 2 file, replace with this 2. Okay, get ready. Let's come back. Some small changes I'll do here. Come to the state2 and for row, change the bg hyphen white. Bg white, p hyphen 4, and meanwhile, rounded class also. Rounded class also. Okay, rounded class also. Then in the browser, the background will be white color. Padding will get applied 24 pixel and some radius will also get applied. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so our page should look like this. Okay, some background changes happen, no problem, let it be. Come down below. So understand the flow first. Where was the data? Data we have stored under the state. We created a variable called counter and initial value we given as a 5. Correct? Initial value we given as how much? Just as a 5. After that, after giving the 5 value, what we did? We came inside the page and we printed here. Now we want, there should be 2 buttons. First one button, once you click on button, the value of the state should get changed. Okay, when you click on a button, the what value you are getting 5, the value of the state should get changed. Okay, so what to do for that? Let's go and create a button first. Create a button first. Okay, create a button here. We'll create a button here. We'll write button. Button. After that, right inside plus the counter by 5 plus the counter by 5. Create one more button right there, minus the counter by 5. That meaning what you are trying to do, once you click on first button, you are going to update the value of the state. You are going to increase the value of the state by how much? By 5. Okay, you are going to increase the value of the state by 5 when on click. Which button? First button. When you click on second button, you are going to decrease the value of counter call state by how much? By 5. But overall, in both the cases, whether you increase or decrease, you are going to update the variable, update the value of which variable? Counter variable. Where it is? It is inside the state. So indirectly, you are going to play with the state. You are going to update the value inside the state. Maybe you are going to increase or maybe you are going to decrease. Okay, now come back. Let's apply some color combination for button. Class name equal to btn hyphen give something. First call success because it is going to increase the value, and m3 you can write. It will have sufficient space. 16 pixel gap will come. Second button, class name equal to btn hyphen danger, and m3 here also, because you are going to reduce the value by how much? By 5. Okay, let's save it. See what is coming in your browser. Are you getting 2 buttons? We will get 2 buttons. First button will be green color, second button will be red color. Okay, now after that, let's come to the browser again. See what is going to come here. See, we got a red button and a green button. So once you click on first button, our state is going to increase by 5, means you are going to update the state. When you click on second, you are going to again update the state, but in minus. Okay, let's come here. First, write a function. Hope you are getting 2 buttons. One is danger, another one is success. In case problem, let me know through chat. I can wait for a minute. Once you understand the state, how to create a variable, how to access the variable, how to update the variable, and it is very, very meaningful for the hooks. The person who understands the state management, he can understand very good the hooks. And the person who understands the hooks, he can understand the redux. It is link. In class component, if you are able to handle the state management properly, nothing to worry. Hooks is very, very easy for you. And if you are able to understand the hooks, that functional component, 100% you can understand the redux easily. But in this two, class component, if a state management you are confused, 100% you will never be clear in the hooks. And if the hooks is not clear, then you cannot touch the redux. It's very, very complex directly. Okay, let's come back now. So go here. So what we did, we created 2 buttons. One button is success, another button is danger. So what we want to do, when we click on first button, we need to call a function. When you click on second button, again we need to call a function. Let's come here. Okay, write a button, sorry, write a function now. So button click, we need to call it. Okay, so I'll follow here call that fat arrow method. Hope you remember. So I'll write here call a function called function1. Function1 for what purpose? To increase the value. 1 equal to at arrow method you follow, come inside, write alert and keep inside working. Okay, we will test it first whether it is happening or not. If it is happening, then we will go ahead with the increment decrement. First need to know how to call a button, how to call a function on button click in React. It is same like JavaScript, nothing difference, small changes will happen. Okay, small changes will happen. Okay, done. After that come down, you are going to click on first button. Function is here and here is a button. So what to do for that? Let's go here, write on click. But here is a case sensitive. On click C will be capital. On click equal to, in JavaScript we have written on click directly without camel case, but here you have to write C as a capital. On click equal to, you are not going to write the double quote here. You will write this dot function name. Now what is the function? Function one. That's all. No need to follow the even the function symbol also. No need to give the bracket as well. Just directly like this. Okay. See here. It came on click equal to this dot one. Now you check the page, run the page, click on first button click. Are you getting alert? Check now, run the page, button click. Are you getting alert? Button click, alert should come. Okay, very good. Some people replied. It should work for everyone. Okay, fine. Now our target was what? Our target was when we click on this button, see I click here, definitely alert is coming. It's working here. It's saying like alert is coming. That meaning on button click, you are calling a function from your class and the function is getting executed. And what was the target? Target was to change the value of this counter. By how much? By 5. Okay, go inside. Come to the function. Okay, what you need to remember always, remember this line. How to create a variable inside the state? First question. How to create a variable inside the state in a class component? We will say under the constructor, this dot state equal to, this dot state equal to flower bracket open close, and inside the variable and colon initial value if you have something. If you don't have initial value, leave it empty, give it a 0, give it a single quote, a string you can create. Now, so this variable, we understood how to create a variable under the state. Now next target is how to update the value of the state. Maybe increment or maybe decrement. Okay. Let's come in this function under the function one. Under the function one, what you have to do? We have to call another function. Okay. Within the function one, to update the value of a state, you have to call another function. Okay. If you will not call another function, then you cannot update the value of the state. What is that function? Right here. This dot function name is called set state. Okay. Set state function, you are going to write like this. This set state function used to update the value of a state in class component. You can write somewhere. Okay. What is the use of that? You can write here. It used to change the value of change the value. Changing means it can be minus, plus, add, delete or anything. Okay. It used to change the value of a state in class component. It used to change the value of a state in class component. Now, what we have to do? We need to go inside. First, write that comment. What is the set state function? Set state function used to change the value of a state variable. Value of a state, you can write here variable or you can write it array. Okay. Variable and array, both you can add. It will be more meaningful. Okay, now hope you are written. Come inside now. We all know a small concept that is called A equal to A plus B. We all know a concept called, okay, we know a concept called A equal to A plus B. Let me go here. A equal to A plus B. What is the meaning of that? At this place, at this place, okay, at this place, at this place, we are writing here the value of A and B combined together and replace under the A. That is the meaning of A equal to A plus B. Now a state the set state function says like set state function is also going to work on the same formula. What is that? I'll comment this line. It says like what is your previous variable? So our previous variable is counter. What you want to do in that? You want to update by something, you want to add something. So you cannot write directly. You have to write like this. Your variable, state variable, colon. So here you can assume instead of equal to, you are going to write as a colon. Okay. Counter colon. Where you want to add the value? You want to add the value in those variable that is a part of state. So look at here. To access the counter, what you have written below, this dot state dot counter you have written, right? And if you want to add in this 5, then what we will do? Plus 5 we will do. Same thing we are going to do here. This dot state dot counter. You cannot access the counter variable directly. So you are saying like we have a variable called counter. In the counter, we are going to add by how much? 5. So it is called A plus B and assigned to where? Again under the A itself. That meaning the value of state was some 5 already. In that we added again 5 and we replace under the old variable. Okay. So that concept I have written here. It is just like A equal to A plus B. That meaning the value of A you replace with A plus B. Okay. The variable A you replace with A plus B. Now save your file, come to the browser, refresh the page, auto refresh will happen. Click on that. See, is it coming? Right? Save your file. After saving, let me come to the browser and show you. See, I click here, getting increase. See, just click on this function. Function will call, it will increase the value of your, which one? It will increase the value of your counter. And after that, why inside the browser it is getting replaced, that I'll tell you. Okay. First do check once. First to check once. Hope it is happening for everyone. Happening. Happening. Very good. Okay. Let's see. Now I'll guide you. You change the variable of counter and your counter is printing under the render function. See the connection, you need to understand how the communication is going to happen. Okay, then only you can be clear in the state management. Look at here, the counter variable we have printed inside the where, which function? Render function, correct? We have printed the counter variable under the render function, and you are incrementing the counter variable under the function one, correct? We are replacing the or incrementing the value of counter under the function one. Then we have not called the render. How this got refreshed? We have not, if we'll call the render manually here, then this should get refreshed, no? Then this state dot counter should get reload or it should get refreshed. We have not called that, right? We have not called that, and it's reloaded automatically, right? It's reloaded automatically. That is because of, no, that is not because of event. You have clicked for the button, you have called the event for the button. Okay, see here, reason is here. What is the reason? Whenever, write somewhere, okay, write somewhere, whenever you will, whenever you are going to change any value under the state variable. So counter is what? Counter is the state variable. So remember, in React.js under the class component, whenever you change any value under the state variable with the help of set counter, with the help of set state function, okay, remember what? In React.js under the class component, using set state function, whenever you change the value of a state variable, see here, counter is the state variable, set function, it is a predefined function that come from your component class. Now with the help of set state function, you are updating the value of a state variable. So here, as soon as you update the value of a state variable with the help of set state function, automatically this render function will get called. Now let's see, come here and keep alert. You will get to know. This render function is calling, brother. You are thinking render has not called. No. As soon as you modify the value under the state, the render function has executed. Okay, because of that, it has given the updated value of the counter. Go here, keep alert here for testing purpose. Keep alert here for testing purpose. Keep here call render is here. Render is here. Write this, and after that, go to the browser. Okay, save the file, go to the browser, you will get the alert. First alert is coming. As soon as your page will reload, you will get an alert. Because the render function will execute. Render function will execute, then only you will get the output. See, render function has executed and render is here, it has come. Now let me modify. As soon as I click on, this function, this button, okay, first see inside what you have written. Button click, what you are calling? Button click, you are calling the function one. Look at the function one. Inside the function one, what you have written? Set state. There is no any discussion on the render function. We have not written anywhere. Here we have not called the render function anywhere. Are you calling the render function here? No, we are not calling. Then question is, when I come to the browser, let me come, I'll show you. Let me come to the browser. It's refreshing. Let us refresh. Let me reload again manually. Okay, now look at here. I will click on this. See, I clicked. You can say it is saying render is here. Once I'll do OK, meaning look at here. Once I click here, request gone to the function. Function I change the value. Now the set state function is called the render function. Now render function is here. Once I'll do OK, then this statement will execute. Look at here. Once I'll do OK, then the 5 will get changed to the 10. Let me click again here. Render is called because you have modified the value using set state, and as you do OK, see the value will get changed here. One time alert, two time alert, you leave that. See, alert is coming from the render alert. When I click here, what happened? Render function has called, right? And render function has called and it is giving us the something. Let me go here and I'll show you some more thing. Render function here plus this dot state dot counter. Okay, this dot state dot counter. Let me write here. Okay, this dot state dot counter. Okay, just you can see in my screen and after that you can try. Let me go here. See what I did? A render is here. Okay, and we given the counter. So suppose first if this will execute, come to the browser. It will be clear. Let me see. 5 has come. By default value is how much? 5, right? By default value is 5. When I click on button, what will happen? Let me click here on button. When I click on button, when I click on button, when I click on button here, you can see what is the value of counter? 10. 10 is coming. Reason is 10 is coming in the alert at this place. At this place, alert has come as a 10. Once I'll do OK, the compiler will move next and it will execute this section and then it will give again as a 10. Let me go here and do as a OK. After that, you can see the 10 has come here, right? Now the value is 10. If I do again here, click, what will happen? 10 got increased by 15. It is already increased. Now the turn is of render function. Render function is going to call. If I'll do OK, it will reflect here. So hope you understood what will happen. Just remember, even we are going to study this one also, the life cycle method also one by one. The render is a part of life cycle method, constructor is a part of life cycle method. So we are learning as of now how to update the value of a state. So simple question. On button click, you call a function. Go inside the function, call the function called set state. And inside the set state, what is your old variable? The state variable you have to keep here, colon, state variable plus or minus or concat or whatever you want to do. So this way. And again, as soon as with the help of set state, you do any changes under the state variable, whether you do plus, minus, edit, update, delete, anything you do, after set state function, automatically the render will get called. That is called callback function somewhere. Okay. Suppose set state got executed and at the end of the execution, it will call the render saying like, I have modified the value, please go and refresh again. Okay. So overall entire content is being displayed by the render function itself, right? So whenever we follow the set state function to modify anything inside the state, what will happen? Without any break, your set a render function will get called and it will render the updated value in your browser and you can see the newly value. Now modify it, save it and click on button and see. People ask why render function executed. I have not called the render. Then you can say with the help of set state function, whenever you modify anything into the state, automatically render will call. You don't have to do it. It is a part of the life cycle method. We are going to understand life cycle method is what it, but you can say as soon as we modify any value under the state, automatically the life cycle method will get called. That is first constructor will call, then you can say render will call, and we have some more functions we have, all are going to come stage by stage. So you modify it and check once on button click, your value must get update inside the state. You are changing under the state with the help of a set state function, your value got updated at the same time a render function will execute and it will modify your content in your browser DOM and you can see the updated value. I'll go here, click here happening. So hope it is happening for everyone. You can say yes, no, then I'll move next. Okay, happening for some people. Okay, very good. After that, come down. Write another function here. I will share you this function 1 in the chat. We will create so many examples, you will remember it completely. Automatically, step by step, it will come in mind, okay, now what I should do, what I should do next, what I should do next. Okay? It is here. Okay, so it has come. Now let's go next. I will write the next function that is called 2. Function 2 for what purpose? To minus the value. Again, we are going to modify under the state only, but one button will plus, another button will do the minus. At arrow method you can follow. This dot set state, go inside and right here. What is the variable? State variable is called counter. Counter colon. You have to minus from the A. That is called this dot state dot counter minus 5. This dot state dot counter minus 5. Oh, semicolon is not needed here. Just save the file and call this function 2 on second button click. On click equal to call the function 2. This dot just function name. Save it and see your value is getting updated under the state or not. Hope working both the function 1, function 2, plus minus is happening. It is simple. See, it's a 50 times low complex than 50 times less complexity than your JavaScript. Okay, it is also JavaScript only, but little organized way. Okay, so let me go here and check once. 5 is here. I'll keep on increasing, happening, keep on decreasing, happening, right? So overall, where you are updating the value under the state, it will go under the minus also. No problem, let it go, let it go, let it go, right? Anyone error? No error. Okay, in the same file, same example, we will add one more variable to understand how to update and how to play with multiple variable, multiple state variable. Okay, how to manipulate the multiple state variable at the same time. Okay, let's go here. Now keep a comma here under the beginning, under the constructor where you have created the state variable. There, right there, message colon empty. message colon empty. We created a variable message with no data as a empty variable with no data as a empty variable. Now come down. When you are incrementing the value, right here, message colon, keep inside double quote, hi, you, your last click was to increase by 5. Last click was to increase the counter by 5. This message. Okay, write this first. Where you saw the first, we are incrementing the value, that is one state variable. Another place, you have another variable that is called message. There also you are giving something dynamically. Come to the next, under the minus. The variable remains same. We will change the message. We will change the content. Message right here. Oh, I'm sorry. You are clicking on minus button. You are clicking to, or you can say, oh, I'm sorry. You clicked to minus the counter, minus the counter by 5. Save this. So we got two variable. Sorry, variable is only one. Variable is only one, but we change the message. One place the message is different. Another place the message is different. One place under the counter you are incrementing. Another place under the counter you are decrementing. So as soon as you do any changes under the state variable with the help of set state, your render will not be wait. Render will say no problem. You modify the value. I will execute in the last. And whatever the modification you have done, I will display inside the page. Okay, that is happening. So please modify this. Modify this. After that, come to the browser. We will print that variable and we'll see what is going to happen. Hope written, come down. Inside the HTML render function, we can print where in the last, after button. Go after button, write a paragraph. Inside the paragraph, keep class equal to, class name equal to text hyphen danger, class name equal to text hyphen danger, and m hyphen 4 you can write. There will be gap from all the side, and inside you are going to print this dot state dot which variable, message variable. Save the file, increment your counter, decrement your counter, click once both the buttons, see whether the message is getting changed. Click on both the button. See, the message is getting changed. After writing, let's come to the browser. Button click. Message should get changed. Button click. The message should get changed. Button click. Message should display. First it will display. First button it will display. Second button if you click, it will keep on changing. This dot state dot message variable. Let me go here. See, there is nothing. By default we have 5. Right. After that, I'll click on button. First button. It says, hi, your last click was to increase the counter by 5. Click again. Hi, oh, sorry. You click to the counter. You click to minus the counter by 5. Right? Paragraph. Apply a class here. MP we have written. It's wrong. It's M-4. Or I can write MT. Margin top 16 pixel. And instead of that, apply a class here called alert. In Bootstrap, we have a very good class called alert. Alert hyphen something. Success or maybe primary. Then we check what is happening. Here is a variable. Here is a variable. After that, you are printing here in the last. As soon as you click on button, your message should get changed. Bootstrap, we have a class called alert. That class I have used. Okay, here. Better we can write here minus. You have clicked to minus the counter by 5. Okay, you have clicked the minus to check now. Hope you have written the alert class. Alert space alert hyphen primary. MT4 I have written. From top there will be some gap. 24 pixel. It is here. Oh, by default alert is here. Because by default padding will be there in alert. Click. It's saying, hi, your last click was to increase the counter by 5. Hi, sorry. You click to minus the counter by 5. Changing. 2 places you are able to change the messages. Final yes no confirmation is required. Then I'll share the code and file. See, it is nothing very difficult. Example simple. You have a variable and that variable is stored somewhere. On click you are changing. Inside, what is the extra concept? Concept is called set state. What set state do? If you are updating the value of your state variable with the help of set state, your render will call automatically. And whichever you will change in the script, that will reflect in the browser with the help of render. A render is a callback function. After executing the set state, automatically render will call. Okay, that's how it is working. Right? So hope we got some idea in this. Anyone have error? No error? Okay, working. Fine. Very good. I will share you the file as well.